So in front of me here, I have yet another French knife from knifesoffrance.com. Um, and I picked this one up because it reminded me a little bit of a knife that I really like. The shape of it, anyway. It's a little bit smaller, but this is the Coursolle. I'm not sure how to pronounce that. Small Yucatan, Yatagan, small Yatagan. However you pronounce that right there. This is a $40 knife. You can see there. I wrote out that I would prefer not to have packing peanuts because Stefan over there at knivesoffrance.com does use packing peanuts occasionally, and I don't want them because they make a mess. He included some other protective stuff like bubble wrap, but not bubble wrap. I don't know what they call it. It's like celled plastic with air in it. I'm not sure how to explain that, but anyway, $40 knife, small Yatagan, something like that. It's kind of a interesting shape here. You can see it's got, I think it's a boy on it on this side doing something. Bagpipe, maybe. See, maybe a bagpipe. And I'm not sure what this is. So it's like a boy with a bagpipe and then something on this side. This is made by the same company that did that Venus knife that had the naked woman on it. That so many of you enjoyed. Um, this is more of my style, more of my like shape of knife and everything. The clip blade is nice, although it doesn't have the pointiest tip there. That can always be fixed. But the knife that it reminded me of is one of my favorite knives that I have. Let me pull it out here. It really reminded me of the Great Eastern Cutlery 38 Special. Now, obviously, it's not quite as big. This is a smaller knife, but you can see the shape is kind of similar. So this is what it reminded me of, so I decided to pick one up because of that. Um, and like I said, it is quite a bit smaller knife, and the handles are made out of brass, this like stamped brass. You can see on the inside there, it's stamped in. That's how they do this. And it is a rather thin knife, which can be a benefit and a detriment because, if you're using this all day, you want to have a thicker knife because it's more comfortable. But if it's a knife that you pull out and use occasionally, you might want a thinner knife because you'll not notice it in your pocket as much. I've never had a problem with noticing knives in my pocket, but I guess some people do because it is something that is mentioned sometimes. That being said, this knife is pretty nice little knife. That is something that happens right there, what you just saw there. So this knife, if you close it, will sometimes bounce off of the back spring. Sometimes it doesn't seem to do it, but I don't know why it does that. And if you close it gently, like you're supposed to with a French knife, it doesn't matter. Um, but I don't think it's hitting the back spring because it doesn't sound like it. So I think it's literally just the kick bouncing off of the back spring and having the blade stick out. It didn't do it that time, you can see. That time it did do it. So it's kind of a hit or miss type of thing. It seems to do it more than it doesn't do it. And I don't know if once I put some mineral oil in this, if that'll help or not. We'll see. I do think it has a very slight amount of blade play. Maybe not. I don't know. On a knife like this, not a huge deal at all with what this is, this little knife. The pins are exposed, so it's really easy to fix blade play. If it does have blade play, you just hit the pin a couple of times and that fixes it, or should fix it anyway. But yeah, the action on this knife is really good, other than the fact that sometimes the blade seems to bounce out, but the opening action, really snappy. So I like that. Yeah, carbon steel blade, if I didn't already mention that. CXC75, which I think is just C75 carbon steel. Brass handles, so obviously the brass will patina as well as the blade, so that's cool. Yeah, I can see myself carrying this knife, and we'll see what it ends up looking like at some point. Maybe be able to look back at it and see what it looks like after some time in the pocket and everything. You can see there on the tang it says France, because like I mentioned, this is a French-made knife. But yeah, so if you're interested in checking out this knife, this little small Yatagan, or however you pronounce that, or any other French knives, go check out knivesofrance.com. If you spend over $50, you can use the coupon code Bakery Wizard, all lowercase, to save, I think it's 10%. But yeah, that works on orders over $50. So if you get this knife, that's not over $50, so you can't use it for that. But, you know, if you find something else over there that you like that's more expensive, maybe use my coupon code over on his website. I don't get anything from it. It's just you guys get stuff from the coupon code. You know, you save some money. I like to use the coupon code when I buy something from him that's more than $50 because I like to save money as well. But yeah, so anyway, check out knivesofrance.com. Cool website to see a different type of pocket knife than what we here in the United States are typically used to. Super cool knives, some super cool knives he has over there. I would just recommend going check it out, even if you're not considering buying anything, just because he has quite a selection, and I think he's got a blog where he writes up like about each knife, so you know you can check that out too. If you're the Blade Forums, Knife Magazine type of person, you know you may want to read a bunch of stuff about the history of what each knife is and how each knife came to be and whatnot. That could certainly be interesting. But anyway, I'm going to stop rambling about random stuff. This was the Coursolle or Coursolle small Yatagan pocket knife in these cool stamped brass handles. But that's going to be it for this video. I will see you guys in the next one, and I hope you have a good day.